The RMT problem.
Have I seen this? What the f?
That's not that impressive. Being 1582 item level right now. Because, like, all you really had to do, like, leveling up and getting to plus 20 is astronomically easier than getting to plus 25 with the previous relic gear. It is. It's way easier. I think seeing somebody who was 1575 before is more impressive than seeing somebody who's 1590 right now. Comparatively easier.
Holy shit. Holy shit, man.
I can't believe he did.
Also, I'm so tired of you guys making the assumption that everybody RMTs that has high item level. Like,
yeah, only 99.99999% of them do.
You literally can spend $1,000 a day in the game. Yeah, they could be.
He's saying that they don't. Okay, so we are including, like, in my opinion, guys, I'm going to be totally honest. If you're buying gold from G2G, it's the exact fucking same to me as if you're buying gold on the store. You're buying gold. That's all. I don't care. It's whatever. You can only spend $1,000 a day. See, Stoops might not know this, but you're not able to spend $1,000 a day anymore. They lowered that cap after people were spending too much money. And now the cap is you can only spend $400 a day. So, like, whenever there's lapses in content, you've got to make sure you spend that $400 every day. So that way, whenever new content comes out, you can, just kind of go all in on it.
Team, but you're just making a random assumption to, like, run this weird agenda. I'm so tired of that. Like, not everyone that has level 10 gems is RMTing anymore. Like,
that's actually true. There was this one guy I saw, and he said that he had 10 gun lancers, and every single one of his gems was level 10. And, like, his roster level was like 240 or something fucking stupid like that. Yeah, no, it's definitely true. Now, how you can tell if somebody is an RMT or not? If this person has a roster level of 73. If they have a roster level of 73, I bet they're RMTing.
Isn't it? That's not how it is anymore. You don't have to be giga rich either to have a max eye level character. You don't think I could juice the fuck out of a character, man? Like, you don't have to be giga rich either. Like,
I think that as somebody who is aware of these things, I think that the amount that it would take you pre-Belshazzar gear, like this is just leveling up the Clown gear and the Vicus and Vulcan gear, leveling all of that up to 1575, I think it would be around 20 grand. Like, give or take. Obviously, like, 5K.
Can we run it back on the RMT debate? I really think you're wrong, Yasuo. I really think that just because somebody's high eye level, it's a bad mentality to assume that everyone buys from G2G at a high item level. Especially, like, now, dude. Do you know how much money you would have had to invest in your account? Like, I don't think that, dude. I think when the game first came out and people were 1575 the first month, I'd be like, yeah.
Absolutely.
But you can literally spend $1,000 a day. Like,
400. It's only 400.
That's so much money. You could get jacked in, like, 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
That's probably true. Like, because you take 400 times 3, and how much is that? That is $12,000. So you could spend $12,000 in just 3 weeks.
I think my honest opinion.
Sorry. Let me just do calc. Okay, so you can spend $400 a day times 7. That's 7 days a week times 3. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wrong. You could only spend $8,000. Excuse me. Yeah, it's only $8,000, guys. Never mind.
You want to know my honest opinion? I think a fuckload of people in my chat RMT. And I think that they just project their RMTing on other people.
Am I the only person who doesn't give a fuck whether somebody buys from the store or G2G? Like, I think it's the same thing. How is it not the same thing? You're buying gold with real money. It feeds the bots? Well, whose problem is that? Now it's your problem that you're feeding the bots? How about the people that can ban the bots? I think it's the people who can ban the bots. It's their problem. Why isn't it Amazon? Like, why are you blaming the players for spending less money on something whenever it's actually the developer that should be banning the bots in the first place? Yeah, of course people are going to go, yeah, you're part of the problem. Everybody playing the game is part of the problem to an extent. Like, if you're buying gold at all, you're part of the problem. Holy shit. Who cares?
People. That's what I really think. I think a fuckload of people in my chat RMT, and then they just project their RMTing on other people, dude. That's what I really think. I think a lot of you guys RMT, and you just project it on anyone else. You know what I mean? That's what I really feel like, man. Because I'll tell you right now, dude, if I was going to get to 1590 and I knew that I was to spend all that money at the risk of losing my account, I would never do it. You know, but if I'm just buying like a little necklace here and there, I'll never know. You know, I'll just buy a little necklace, bro. I'll just buy one level 10 gem. People do it all the time, right?
This is what a lot of the RMTers did whenever Lost Ark first came out. Is that they were all 1490, which was like max item level, but they never left their stronghold. Because everybody, it's like if you see somebody who is 1490 item level, you know they're a fucking, they're an RMTer. So they were hiding out in their stronghold for like months before any of them ever came out.
That's what I actually feel like. They'll never know if I just buy one, right? You're high as shit if you think 80% of the top. Oh, you know, I agree. I think a lot of people RMT'd at the start, but I think just assuming everybody RMTing today that has high eye level just because they have high eye level is also fried. Like, yeah, I don't think that's true. Like, I don't think if you have full level 10 gems, it means you've RMT'd. Yeah, I don't think so. My point is super fair. I think assuming that anybody that has high item level RMTs, I'm like, I don't even know this motherfucker. What do I have to defend him? I just think that's what it is. Like, I think a lot of people...
The reason why I don't think everybody who has high item level RMTs is because everything has gone down so much in price. Like, if I wanted to get up to 1590 item level, I think that it would cost me... probably $4,000 to $7,000. Somewhere around there. Yeah, under 1,000? No, I think it would cost more than that. Yeah, it's because of inflation. And also there are so many more resources being put into the economy now that the prices have gone down so much.
Are more likely to RMT like an accessory or a set for their character or engraving books, which is a lot more likely for the dude that's in my chat than the guy that giga whales to 1590 at this point in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's...
Stoops is right about this, that there are a lot of people that RMT in Lost Ark and they're just they're only RMTing small amounts so Amazon doesn't ban them.
Way more likely, bro. Like, think about it. I could spend $100 and get my character's full set. That's way more likely than somebody spending thousands of dollars to risk getting banned to get to max eye level.
Yeah,
like, it's
that's
so
true.
much more likely, bro. It's like the same thing with anything else in life. Like, to get that far, it's more unlikely to me, right, as someone that could do it, that I would risk getting banned versus just going, all right, I'm gonna buy this one set of grudge books. I think that's way more likely that anyone can afford and anyone can do. You're definitely defending them? No, dude, you just have... No, Yasuo, you're tripping. I'm not defending them. I'm saying that assuming everyone RMTs is for me, is dumb. Like, that's just what I think it is. I think I'm defending that point, not this character, man. Look who's defending them? No, I'm defending the point of assuming things about people. That's what I'm defending. If you don't agree with that...
Am I the only person that, like, I don't think this is a big deal one way or another? I still don't see it being... I don't hold anything against people that RMT in Lost Ark. Nothing. Because all you're doing is you're just going to a better price point.
You're fried.
You're okay with RMT and WoW? Yeah, I don't really care. Who gives a fuck? You can buy gold anyway. Yeah, who gives a fuck? Like, yeah, you can already buy gold. I mean, like, fuck.
We can agree to disagree, but if you think assuming everybody RMTs is good behavior, you're fried. It's not good. You're accusing people of things that you don't know about. I'm not saying he is or he isn't, but accusing him is wrong. Do you think the solution for RMT problem could be to remove the current conversion system and give better rates? I think people will always RMT, man.
There's always going to be RMT because botters will always have better rates than the game. You can buy WoW gold for cheaper than tokens now.
Always do that. I think people always do that. If people did it, they're always going to buy cheaper gold, and they're always going to lower the price to be cheaper gold. But I don't think that it's... Yeah, I just think it's bad behavior to assume everybody that is fucking cheating. I think it's bad. Go to Maxwell calculation. You need 8 million gold worth of mats and 900k only upgrade cost and 120 million silver. High on Copian that's not thinking that's a rich motherfucker who plays Lost Ark. Well, we all know he's rich. The argument isn't that he's...
I think what people are getting mad at Stoops for is Stoops is saying that this... People think that what Stoops is saying is that this guy didn't spend any real money. And I think that this person probably spent real money. But the difference is that Stoops is saying that the person spent it through the store and not through a website.
Like, hey, here's another example. What about Uvchisimo? You guys think Uvchisimo RMTs? Okay, Yasuo.
Alright, what the fuck's going on, huh?
Alright. Tell me right now how that's a bad example.
You're using a bad example because you're not actually giving an example of the people that would use G2G.
I just gave you an example.
Youth and pawns are
I gave you an
Let me cook. I let you cook on stream. Now let me cook.
Okay, cook.
All right?
Cook.
Thank you. So Uvchisimo and pawns are not the G2G Andes. They have millions of dollars. They're fucking chilling out on a yacht with 8 naked ladies, bro.
Thank God.
We gotta be talking about the regular Andes,
how
the
do you know
gamer
this guy's
Andes.
not a regular? How do you know this guy?
Let me talk. Let me fucking cook this.
All right, cook.
God damn it.
Okay, cook. But I should be able to.
Right.
I should be able to challenge something that you're saying.
Okay.
You can challenge it once I'm done with my point.
Okay.
But my point is just that those two gentlemen that you used as an example are not the G2G Andes. The G2G Andes are the people that have been literally banned for RMT and do sus shit on stream.
All right, so let's just go back to your first point, okay?
All right, let's go back to this.
All right,
I don't
first
even
point.
know what this is.
How do you know that guy that I just showed you is not chilling on a yacht with a bunch of ladies?
The 15, the
Yeah,
1582.
that's what we're talking. I'm not talking about the first week. I was talking about this guy. How do you know that?
Because there isn't plausible cause that they have the money to say that they're doing other things. Like you said, Ponce and Uvchisimo.
Well, I mean, you can't have like a background check for every single I don't know if that would work, right? If you queue up with Belshazzar, you have to also include your last 3 years of tax returns. I mean, like, damn, that sounds like I mean, bro, it's already too hard to get supports now. Like, I don't want to have that. That's too much work, man.
Are 0.1% on gifted meters.
But
there's plausible cause to say that they have money outside of this.
There isn't plausible cause also that guy is just chilling in his room like a gremlin and G2Ging.
I don't even see why this is a conversation.
There's none. That's my point. You have no evidence either way. And I gave you an example. Hold on. Let me cook now. Let me cook.
All right,
and
cook it up.
It's way more likely that the guy that works a 9-to-5 job that has $50 at
this is what I think is true. It is much more likely for a person with less disposable income to use G2G, because for them it is more important to get the maximum return for their money versus somebody who has a ridiculous amount of money who can just continuously spend $400 a day and they won't even notice it.
The end of the week goes, I could spend $50 in Lost Ark and buy a skin, or I could spend $50 and get a level 10 gem. That's way more likely, but we don't talk about that guy. The only people that we talk about that RMT are the big beluga whales at 1580. But
Yeah,
all
because
the
they're the most
motherfuckers in the
interesting.
chat that want one level 10 gem, or they want that
Yeah, there's like this one guy in chat. I saw this a minute ago. He was like, yeah, me and my friends all came back to Lost Ark and we spent $200 and we're 1,500 and, 5x3 level engravings. 5x3. Yeah, for $200.
one accessory. It's way more likely that they use their hard-earned paycheck and try to get a little bit of value out of it, but nobody notices them or talks about them. Right? You don't talk about them. There's no cause because it's so you just don't even know.
That's probably true. I would say that the majority of RMT is actually from smaller amounts, but way more people.
Notice it. That's
If
a
they're fucking
fact.
hiding in the shadows, how the fuck am I supposed to talk about it? What the hell kind of
That's
point
my
is that?
point. That's
If
my
they're lying in
point.
the
You
shadows.
only accuse people. That's the whole.
So
We're
so
talking
then-
about two different things. You're saying I'm dick riding and defending, but all I'm saying is you have no assumption. But it's more likely that it's like when you want to buy a little bag of weed at the end of the week, right? You spend $20. You'd rather where would you go buy it from? If you have $20, right? You don't have a lot of money. Right? You have $20. You can get a gram for $20, or you can get an eighth for $20. Where are you gonna get it from?
An eighth for $20.
I'm just saying, where are you gonna get it from? You're probably gonna get the eighth.
You probably would get there.
Yeah, that's my point, bro. Okay, it's the same shit. Like, you don't have to be a giga whale to RMT. You could be RMTing for a little bit of an amount. Everyone just assumes that somebody's fucking fat eye level they're G2Ging. That's cap.
I would say that most people that are incredibly high item level are probably RMTing. I think that the difference right now is if somebody also has full level 10 gems or like 7 or 8 level 10 gems and they're also 1580 item level, I think that they might be RMTing. I think that could be there's a good chance of that.
Assumed anybody with a max eye level weapon early on, or Snowy who just got a fuckload of gems out of nowhere and a 25
I mean,
weapon.
I think those are kind of safe. I mean, if it was like a progressive at
I'm
this
just
point,
saying if I assumed.
at this point, I will 100% agree that if you see somebody with full level 10 gems, there is a chance that they've just been swiping through
fair
the game.
point, we're done,
But
man.
I'm speaking at the start of the game is
Okay,
what I'm
that's
saying.
I wasn't
And
talking
the people
about
that were
that.
up.
I
You were talking about this is the same people
Go
that
watch
use
the
the
VOD.
RT. This is the steroids example.
If
Can I
I
give you the steroid example?
find the clip, you have to take. If I find a clip at the end of my stream, you have to take fucking fat. Like 5 Benjamin cities to the dome
Holy
on camera. I literally said at the start of the game I would agree, but now we're so deep into the game that you can't assume.
Bro,
That's
but
fair.
It's the steroid example. Did you understand the steroid example that I gave earlier?
Okay, I'm not saying that this guy's
Once
natty.
an RM
All
tier,
I'm
once
saying
an
is you
RM tier
can't
is
assume.
always an RM tier, bro.
But how do you know he's always an arm tier? You don't know.
You don't. It doesn't have to.
No, I think that there are some people that took a 6-month for RMT and they'll probably never RMT again.
Consistently be RMT, but if you did it once, you're now
How do you
labeled
know
as an
he did
RMT.
it once? How do you know he did it once?
Because of the obvious evidence at the start of the game. When
This
they were,
kid,
bro,
what
you gonna
evidence? We have a picture of Ryan on the screen. What evidence do we have? I just have a picture. You don't even know who he is. It's just a random picture, man. What evidence, man?
We're not talking about this guy anymore.
But that was the point of the conversation. That was it. This is all we
The
have.
conversation has evolved. Okay, we've gone places with this conversation.
Okay.
This is the point
I'm
of the
tired of
conversation,
I'm tired
man.
of this conversation, man. I'm out of here, man.
I love you. All right,
Have a good stream, man. Love you, man.
Okay. All right. Let me let you guys know what the real truth is on all this fucking RMT thing with Lost Ark, since apparently nobody can fucking understand it. It is Amazon Games, and only Amazon Games, that are responsible for RMT. They are God. If they ban somebody, they're banned. If they want to delete their gold is deleted. They can do anything that they want in regards to banning and not banning different players for RMT. Functionally, I see no difference in terms of the ethics of buying gold from a random website and buying gold from the developer or through the store. I don't really care. Yes, one of them emphasizes and promotes more bots than the other one. That's absolutely true. And one of them is more harmful to the game. That's absolutely true. But at the end of the fucking day, it's Amazon's job to ban the bots, not the players. So I don't give a fuck. That's what I think at the end of the day. Yeah, it's Amazon games are the ones that are responsible for bots. If you're going to go around and blame the players for that, I think that, again, you're letting them get off way too easy. That's a fact. Let me link it for you guys. There you go. I'll read a few of the comments and I'll move on. Try to tackle the dark side of the Lost Ark player base. Be nice to see someone dedicate time to uncovering and unraveling scams, bot abuse, and, of course, RMT. But the fact there's RMTs and Lost Ark evidence by bots and polls on streams like 25% lets these people ridiculously high item levels and low luster level assume they've got gold from illegitimate sources. Unfortunately, you can't say 100% certainty. What's more likely is spending $100 on some shady title, putting $1,000 into the game every day. Yeah, of course. Agree with Stoops 100%. We're almost a year in. High item level and gems no longer means RMT. Yes, I think that in most cases it does not, but I think the majority, yes, it does. Yeah, 1490 to 1590 with Brel gear is 6 million gold. Well, that's not that much. Yeah, I agree with Stoops. There's a problem sometimes if falsely bans do occur. Yeah, false bans occur, but sometimes false bans don't occur, and actual bans should occur more often. That's what I think. RMTing is cheaper than paying on the in-game store. They barely give you any gold for $100. Exactly, so people are going to RMT. I mean, 2/3 of the population is bots fueling RMT. It's 100% reasonable for people to assume people have spent insane amounts of gold are RMTing. Let's see where Lost Ark is, okay? Let me just go ahead and pull this up. Okay, look at new window. And I have it right here because I've looked it up so many times. So the peak player base here was 322. It went down to 263. So there's probably at least like 120,000 people playing the game. Somewhere around there if you multiply this differential by 2. So yeah, it probably actually is 200. There is a good chance that 2/3 of the player base are bots. That's a lot of bots. I'm going to be honest. Do we blame the addict or the drug dealer or both? I'm not saying that you shouldn't get banned for RMT, but I do not care on a personal ethical level because I think that it's the same thing. As I've always said, never hate the player, only hate the game. People will respond to the stimulus that you give them. And if you provide an incentive for people to spend real money and not get banned for it, then they will do it. You can't give people an incentive to do something that's bad and then be surprised whenever they're doing something that's bad. That's just the way the world works, even if people don't like to admit it. That's what I think.